There's something about returning to a place that once defeated you. A place that, no matter how hard you tried, you left empty-handed. Coming into this year's British Young Carp Angling Championship, I had one thing on my mind: redemption. Last year I spent an entire weekend on these banks without catching a single fish.
I think we're in for a busy night, but only time will tell.
Hours of effort, waiting, hoping, only to leave with nothing. That feeling stuck with me, but instead of letting it weigh me down, I turned it into something else: motivation.
Get yourself some scaly bangers, come on the car.
In the months since, I've pushed myself. I entered a Parker Bait Social on Brasenose 2.
Who's moving?
And this time I caught 14 fish. I took home the award for the biggest haul. My cousin landed a 40-pounder that day as well. Watching that fish come out of the water, it was something else. Moments like this give you confidence. They remind you of why you do this. Today feels different. I'm not the same angler I was a year ago. Today it's not about proving anything to anyone else. It's about showing myself what I'm capable of. So here I am today, waiting for my name in the draw, hoping for a second chance.
Jason Hockley. '27.
My first choice was peg 9. That's directly opposite, but the fish are in this area. Now with the wind pushing down this way for the duration, that will naturally push the fish this way. Not only that, when I'm floater fishing, at least the mixers won't go beyond me, they'll come towards me. So yeah, it's looking good. I've seen a fish. Let's get the stuff out of the car, let's have an absolute nosser. With all my gear set up and 11 AM on the clock, the horn's gone off and it's time to find our spots and get baited up. I managed to find a solid spot at 19 wraps without disturbing the swim too much, which is always a good start. The plan here is pretty straightforward. The left hand rod is going out on a solid bag filled with mini mix pellet and a magic bean wafter with an OMC lock hook. For bait, I'm using a mix of chopped OG fruit and nut boilies, OG fish pellet, chili hemp particle and a touch of sweet corn. 4 spods over the top to keep things tight and controlled. I've noticed a lot of other anglers around the lake are spodding out large amounts of bait from the get-go, but I'm leaning towards a more restrained approach, little and often. My right hand rod is set up on a 10-foot zig with black foam and I've tipped it off with a nice sloppy mix. Just enough to draw them in without overwhelming the swim. So there's probably what, 2-3 spods worth? Literally just sloppy zig mix. I'm putting a zig out, I'm putting a bag out. There's a couple of floaters in there as well. Now if the fish do start to feed on them floaters, I've got a rod set up behind me, reel one in, bosh, get more floaters out, bosh bosh bosh. But yeah, they're just sort of testers, see if they do come on the surface. I've tried it one last time, put the mixers back out and there's probably 2 fish, 3 fish, mate, they're on it. I'll catch you in a bit.
You know that rush you get when you see fish actively feeding on the mixers? It's like a jolt of adrenaline. It's crucial not to get too carried away. I've been there and it's easy to lose focus. With the competition rules limiting us to 2 rods, I had to make a tough call. Reel one in to get the float rod out. It's all about making those quick, strategic decisions.
Anglers were catching all around the lake. Aidan Whitehall's in first place and Jake Holt, 2 pegs up from me, just landed his 2 within 30 minutes. It's that sinking feeling, like the clock is ticking and you know you've got to make a move fast. As the darkness starts creeping in, I can still see fish taking the flat spot floaters, but the light is fading fast, and it didn't take long before I got a bite. Yeah, bro. The plan of action was get this out there, leave it on the rod rest. Literally just picked up my zig line. I was going to tie up an over-depth zig for the other rod. Just sat down, picked up the zig line, and all you hear is bzzz, and I'm in. Hook pulled. Sake. You know that moment, the gut-wrenching feeling when the line goes slack? We've all been there. It's brutal, especially in a competition when every fish counts. But it's important to not let it get you down. I kept telling myself, stay positive, stay focused, this isn't over. I lost another one on a zig. It's tough, really tough, to keep your spirits up in moments like that. You start questioning everything, your rigs, your spots, even yourself. But here's the thing I keep coming back to, hard work and perseverance. If you stick with it, if you push through the lows, it'll pay off. It has to.
Oh my God. 15.7.
Yeah.
Right, fish number one. After losing two, weren't looking that good. But yeah, probably lost one about 10 minutes before this ripped off. I was just looking out to the water and yeah, it just absolutely tore off. OMC lock hook. Managed to land it. Come on a carp. Let's get her back.
Oh,
16.
that again. Yeah.
16.6 it looks like. Yeah. Fish number two, 16.6. Coming to the baited spot again. I'm gonna put both bags on that spot now, and yeah, hopefully the bites continue. Keep the area baited consistently, and the fish will turn up. So yeah, fish number two. Let's get it back and try and get another one. I woke up this morning with a fire in my belly. 7th place with just over 30 pounds separating me from top spot. That's not an impossible gap. I know my spots are working. I've had bites from the controller float, the zig, and I've landed 2 on the solid bags. The pieces are there, I just need them to come together. This is what it's all about, the ups and the downs, the little wins that keep you going, and the setbacks that make success taste even sweeter. We've all felt it. My brother Dan and cousin Tom come down to my peg for some moral support. But there's no time for chat. The fish are taking mixers and I've got to move fast. I quickly got a fresh bag on the spot, floaters out and an OG fish pop up, sitting nicely on the surface.
Spread them.
Now it's just a matter of waiting and watching, ready for that telltale bite. I gave a few magic bean wafters to Brad over on peg 26, and not long after he was into 2 bites.
Lost it.
Unfortunately, he lost them both, which is always a tough one to take. Then, out of nowhere, I had a screaming take, rod bending, alarms blaring, a strike. But it's nothing, just one of those moments that leaves you shaking your head. The rest of the night was slow, the whole lake went quiet, not a single fish came out. It's frustrating, but that's fishing for you. Brad next door did manage to nab one this morning, on the magic bean wafters of course.
"21 on the nose."
They've all been like that this morning.
Yeah, I know. They've all had magic beans this morning.
Bradley even pegged 26. Been a bit hard for you this session, isn't it? Really, but come over to our peg, and Jay gave you a little, little secret, a little magic bean, wasn't it? And yeah, done the do this morning for you. What was the weight on this one?
£21.
Yeah, lovely, mate. Lovely. Well done.
Thank you.
Another angler in the competition fishing with Parker baits is Max Blackburn.
Max Blackburn.
14.
He landed peg 14, a spot where I noticed a lot of fish activity before the draw. He's targeting the fish he's seeing showing in his area, but hasn't had any luck just yet. From my spot I have a clear view of his peg, and I've seen plenty of action in the margin to his left throughout the competition. Hopefully he can snag one in these final few hours.
But I'm feeling good about today. The lake looks perfect for some top water action. I'm going with the Monster Crab flat spot floaters, doused in flat spot and coated with OG Fish Magic Dust. The best part? The wildlife tends to stay away from the scent, which keeps the floaters open for the carp to take. It is Sunday morning, and all I can say is it was a dead night. I think only 3 fish come out, including Brad next door's. I had sort of a touch late last night. Bobbin pulled up tight, took a little bit of line, I struck it, but nothing. So that could have been a trailer. But this morning, got the floaters out, got a zig out, put sloppy spod mix over the top. I've tried everything. The fish just don't seem to be biting. All around the lake as well. It's not like the first placers just ran off with it. But yeah, we keep trying till 12 o'clock. So come on the carp. I think I need probably 3 or 4 fish now. But we'll see what we can do. Fingers crossed. Here's Mr. Brad. How we doing?
Good.
So Brad had a fish earlier, as you saw. What you done since that fish?
Since that fish, put 2 bags back out there with pink and an orange magic bean. Put a few more swans over top of them. Hopefully we'll have another one.
Hopefully.
Come on, the Parker baits.
Very tense. Currently in 10th place. Oh, that got me wet then. Currently in 10th place. Just putting some chops and mixers out, flat spot floaters. See if I can get them going. I need one more fish really. But yeah, we're trying our hardest. Have been the whole session. Just the fish don't seem to be on it, to be honest. But we're giving it our best shot. So 2 more hours to go. Let's do it.
As we headed into the last hour of the competition, my hopes were high. I had been diligently topping up the spot regularly and keeping fresh bags on it, constantly adjusting to keep the fish interested. With every cast, I was hoping for one more chance to make a difference in the rankings.
My hopes are high, but my eyes can't believe what they see. Oh, give me something to believe. Give me something to believe.
Despite my efforts, I finished the competition in 11th place and lost 2 fish along the way, which to me was a little bit disappointing. However, it's a massive improvement from last year, where I didn't even make the top 20, and it's boosted my confidence significantly. This competition taught me the importance of patience and quick decision making. This experience has motivated me to refine my tactics and sharpen my skills even further. Looking back, I'm proud of the progress I've made. Every setback has been a learning opportunity, and I know there's still so much more to learn. For now, my focus is continuing to improve my angling technique and strategy, and I'll be back next year for my final year, determined to place even higher. The journey doesn't end there. This is just another step towards achieving my goals. As they say, third time's a charm.